first question. If you can remember back to when you were kind of my age,
Uh-huh.
did you think you would have all of this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I had no idea. I grew up in Pittsburgh. My dad did upholstery on cars, so if you got a rip in your car seat, you took it to him. My mom had odd jobs from selling real estate to making baskets, and I was just a normal kid, but I was always into business. From as long as I could remember, I was selling something or working on something, trying to make money. And it just got me excited to be a business person, and it just took off from there.
That's awesome. I mean, you mentioned that from a young age that you realized you wanted to be a business owner.
Uh-huh.
Could you maybe pinpoint kind of exactly when?
Oh boy. I mean, I remember being 9 years old and buying and selling baseball cards. Being in Pittsburgh, we were all big Pittsburgh Pirates fans. And so I would collect cards, and then I would repackage them so that the ones I didn't like, I would sell to somebody else so I can use that to make more money. I mean, I've told the story a million times about selling garbage bags door to door. I mean, I shoveled driveways, you name it. I mean, I realized that if I was willing to work, there was somebody willing to pay me to do the work, and that's what helped me understand. I joined Junior Achievement. That helped me learn. I was sophomore and junior in high school, and we sold cookie trays. We would get a piece of aluminum that was cut, and then we would crimp it, and then literally would go everywhere. And one of our advisors would take me. It was I forget the name of it. It was a steel company, and I would just go to everybody, and I'd put on the puppy dog face. You really need a cookie plate, don't you, right? And sell it for whatever. And yeah, and Junior Achievement allowed me to start to understand the structure of a company, right? There was a president, a secretary, vice presidents, sales, expenses, balance sheets, accounting, all those, which really helped me accelerate my learning.
So I was reading your book, and one of your mantras I'd love your thoughts on is you said it doesn't matter whether the glass is half full or the glass is half empty.
Right.
It just matters that you're
Who's
pouring
the water.
Who's pouring the water. And you were talking about controlling your own destiny.
Yep.
So talk about that. So talk about how you get from A to B and how you can control your destiny. I thought that was just a great point.
We all have ideas, and we all have business concepts where we think, okay, this is a great idea, and we all go through that same process. You have the idea, you get excited about it, you get that feeling in your stomach, right? Then you go tell all your friends, and they say, oh, it's a great idea. Then you go to Google and you look it up, right? And you get all excited because, oh, that's not really anything like it, and you convince yourself. But then the key part is what happens next. And so I've always been of the attitude that I want to be prepared. I'm not a risk taker, despite what people think. And I avoid risk by trying to know more about what I'm trying to do than anybody. Like I literally, back when I was 15, 16, I was collecting stamps. And that was another one of my businesses. And I would go to stamp shows in Pittsburgh, and I would take advantage of the variances in pricing from one stamp dealer to the next. So I'd say this, I'd buy this, literally I went in one day with a quarter, bought something for a quarter, and turned that into $50, right? Because I put in the work to understand the stamp market, what stamps, what they were priced at, and I try to approach all my businesses the same way, whether it's the Mavericks or being 12 or being 16. You're always going to compete. 99.9999% of the times you're going to be competing with somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to want to do the same thing as you or try to do it better. What is it that you can do to be prepared so that you know your industry, you know your business better than anybody? Because if somebody else knows it better than you, that means they're outworking you. And the one thing, I talk about, pouring the water. I also talk about the one thing in life you can control is your efforts.
Yeah.
Right? You can learn more about something than anybody else.
Yeah.
So the question was, are you born creative? Are you born an entrepreneur? Or, can you figure that out yourself? And the reality is you can figure it out yourself. Most people do a lot of talking and most people don't put in the effort. There's nothing you can accomplish in life with the right amount of work. The challenge is, are you willing to do the work? And the reality is most people aren't, but that's the opportunity, right? It's like people at school. Most people are lazy, right? They barely get through it. And And so that creates opportunity. And if you're willing to outwork people, outthink people, invest time, and then the next question is, you know, what did I do? What can you do to learn?
Yep.
And the key is, right, read, right? You can read my book. There's books by entrepreneurs. There's books about business. The more you can learn about business, the better the opportunity, the better the advantages you're going to create for yourself. There's no secret sauce. There's no shortcuts. You know, getting a mentor isn't going to all of a sudden just propel you to the top. You know, you've got to figure things out for yourself, and the younger you start, the better the advantages you'll have.
Do you have a list of books that you would recommend for them to read?
In terms of books I recommend, all of them. Literally, you know, anything that you think is interesting that relates to business, read it. You know, I tried to find books about entrepreneurs when I was young. I tried to find books about businesses. All my friends thought I was crazy. You know, why are you reading this? Why are you reading that? And it's because I enjoyed it. So, you know, regardless, you don't have to read the right books. If you read the things that are interesting to you, then you'll find things that you like to do. And once you find something you like to do, the goal is, can you be good at it? And if you can be good at it, then the next goal is, can you be great at it? And, you know, great things happen when you're great at something.